Thank you, Madam Chair, our FS. Let me recognize the presence of my colleague Minister, Honorable Johnson Drygo, the Minister of Agriculture, the Chairman of the Aid Bank, Mr. Martin Charles, Acting General Manager, the Budget Controller, Mrs. Pascal, staff of the Aid Bank, the media, the press. Good afternoon. Thank you. Okay, first of all, I'm excited to be here, of course, with another signing ceremony amending the agreement for the agricultural loan facility at the Aid Bank. You know definitely that this government has placed serious importance on agriculture. And that comes from the fact that a number of members of the cabinet, they themselves are farmers. And this is no joke. So no one can tell us about agriculture. We're in agriculture, we're part of it, and we know exactly what's going on. Today, we realize post-Maria, the devastation as echoed by our Minister of Agriculture. And I must say, I commend him for his passion. He has a serious passion for agriculture and did very well today in terms of presenting the overview. It makes it much easier for me in terms of just talking today and not having to go into details of agriculture, but just to say a few words on agriculture from the point of view that the government of Dominica seriously committed to agriculture. We place everything it takes in its hands to get money to the farmers. I urge the farmers to take advantage of this facility. Post-Maria, where we suffered 100% in mostly every single crop, you may have some remnants of tree crops left, but they have been battered. Unless we feed them properly, prune them, it'll take a few years to get back on target. Vegetables totally gone. Poultry, pigs gone, the elements of nature took care of the rest. I'm happy that we have a few more that we can slaughter to at least get some Christmas meat on the market. The minister's food basket, I'm not sure we're going to do that this year because I know you suffered quite a bit on your farm as well too in terms of the government farm. We're looking at the abattoir. The abattoir is functional as a great investment, a huge investment by the government of Dominica, and will continue to support it. But for the abattoir to become fully operational in terms of the throughput right now, we need the farmers, especially the pork and poultry farmers, to get back into this facility here at the Aid Bank. And don't be shy. Take advantage of it. It's an opportunity. 2%. Where would you have heard something like that? When I was a young man growing up, they used to have a facility at the National Bank. I think it was about 5%. I took advantage of it. That's how I was able to buy my cows and get some land to feed my cows. I have a little land today. And I was very young in those days. So I urge farmers, especially the young farmers, to take advantage of this opportunity. Maria, David, if you look at the intervals, 38 years, we don't really want another Maria very soon, I must admit. But these things don't pop up every single time. So when you have a 2%, and we're grateful from the source of the funds, much talked about CBI program. These are funds that we're using wisely to invest back in our people's hands. Let them take advantage of it to build the place. Now, yesterday I was speaking to a huckster/farmer, and he pointed out something that I think we should pay attention to. We have done well in terms of vegetables. We were able to get people out there, and not only subsistence farmers, commercial subsistence, and the basic house, backyard garden type or folks here. And everybody planted. So the first 3 months, which was the short term, we're back on stream with that. You can get your produce out there. We never really ran short of your yams, your dashing, your tanyas. But your yams, there'll be a little problem with your yams. And I want to urge our farmers listening to us today. The yams that we had close to maturation during the period of September when we were struck by Hurricane Maria, we harvested them. We could not consume all these yams on islands, so we had to send them to the French islands. So in terms of planting material, we have shipped a lot of our planting material out there. And if we don't try to hold back some of what we have here right now in terms of doing yam mini setting, making new plants, it would take a longer period to recover, maybe 2 to 3 years. So I want to urge our yam farmers, those of us who still have some yams that probably close to harvesting, we and the Ministry of Agriculture, we will as government, we would like to even purchase some of the yams and use any technique or mini setting to help to keep our planting material on island, because we have shipped quite a bit because of the opportunity that presented itself, so that's important. Dashings, a few days from now, we'll go to the following the moon, we'll go back to plant our yams or on the above ground and below ground, those of us who know about that. There's a lot of planting material in terms of yams and dashings, and we are doing well. That will be your mid-term crops. And more we continue to put on more of these mid-term crops to be back on the market very soon. The points raised about the regional market, both OECS and beyond that, the shores, Dominica is integral in that. The quality of our produce is way up, as we know, and also the quality and the palatability of it from the point of view of volcanic soils and our techniques here. And we are still good in agriculture here, where we don't use so many of these agrochemicals. You know, we more go ahead with what you call safe food production. So I want to urge our farmers to use this money wisely, expand the production, and let's get out there again. And finally, before I leave here, I want to speak a little bit about the poultry industry. It's close to over 45 years we have not imported eggs in this island. And we saw what happened to us in Maria. We're totally flat. The money here from the aid bank and the reduced loans, I think, is ideal and opportune time such that our farmers can use that money and that low interest rate in terms of their build back better techniques to really put on some serious housing. We cannot build these basic foul houses that, you know, a little breeze and the thing is gone. We have to look at really investing in terms of resilience, because in terms of food security, one hurricane and we're totally flat. So we must build back better, and we have to use the money wisely. 2% ideal, such that we can put more money into the structures such that they can be more resilient. That's important. Using, of course, the building codes, of course. Even for the poultry units and the pig units, we must look at building codes right now, because we cannot afford every period to just be building new buildings. It will affect us, and we cannot continue to be doing that on a continuous basis. So I'm saying we should use that money wisely, take advantage of it. And of course, we'll continue working in the Ministry of Agriculture and as well as government to look at best policy in terms of how we can get insurance into this program. Because, I mean, there's some forms of agricultural insurance, and we have to find the right mix in terms of, we have been trying the right mix in terms of how we can get our crops insured and our livestock insured to really help us moving forward. So with these few words, I would like to say I'm excited, and I urge our farmers to take full advantage of this opportunity. There's more coming for the farmers, and as we continue to unroll them, unfold them, we'll talk to our farmers. But I'm happy to be here today representing the Prime Minister. Thank you.